So I can take everything that I would have done on a PowerPoint or even on my dry whiteboard and turn that into an explain everything video. Let's take present tense conjugation as an example. If I take the French word jouer, to play, normally what I would do is I would stand up at my whiteboard, I would write jouer on my whiteboard with the ER in the infinitive, to play. I would erase the ER and then I would show my kids how to add my personal pronoun endings E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. And I would just write those down. And we would do that with a couple of other verbs, regarder, écouter, to watch, to listen. But I can do all of that. I can do that exact same thing with an Explain Everything video. I can open up Explain Everything. I can use my Apple Pen to write jouer on my electronic whiteboard, it becomes then. I can record myself erasing the ER, referring to my personal pronoun chart, writing my correct endings on. I can do it exactly the same way. And what that does, what I really like about that, is that it creates a sense of permanence. So let's say, this has always been relevant, but particularly right now, let's say that I've got my class and I've got a couple of students who are absent. Maybe I've got somebody isolating, maybe I've just got somebody with a cold, and so they're off. In a normal classroom situation, I would need to figure out how I teach them that lesson, how they access the lesson that they've missed, and to make sure they get the exact teaching as the people who have been in the classroom when they're back, when they're feeling better. But if I've made an Explain Everything video for my students, then I can make sure they have the exact same teaching, the exact same lesson. What this also does in terms of that permanence is it means that my kids can go back and refer to it. So our lessons are 45 minutes long. I like that as a lesson length, to be honest, but the bell goes and my kids walk out. If I've done my job properly, which I hope that I have, they will remember most of what I said in my lesson. They will remember most of the rules for creating the present tense. But realistically, I can't expect them to remember everything that I've said. That's not how cognitive load works. That's not how our brains function. So if I've got my video, and they're then sitting down and doing some homework, they're doing some retrieval practice, they're conjugating some verbs for me. They sit down and they've forgotten that we put ONS on the end of the we form. They can go back to my video and they can check that. And then it doesn't matter how good their notes are, it doesn't matter whether they are, high quality note takers or whether they were just scribbling things down and then can't read their own handwriting. They can go back and double check the lesson. And for examined students, so let's say, our 16, 17, 18-year-olds who might be taking baccalaureate exams, they can go back and do the same thing as part of their studying. They can go back and essentially redo the lesson they've already done.